To win the Zurich Classic, you better bring your better if you want to be the best. The duo of Nick Hardy and Davis Riley emerging here on a Sprinter Sunday at TPC, Louisiana. The pair firing a final round alt shot, 7 under 65, a tournament record 30 under for the week. Both Hardy and Riley most notably capturing their first career PGA Tour titles and the full exemption through 2025 that comes with it. It's a tournament that requires some teamwork, and this week, no duo more dynamic than Hardy and Riley. And for more, we head into the Super Tower where the duo of Immelman and Catalon are standing by. Trevor, Andrew, it's always a pleasure. This is something special that we just beheld here. Nick Hardy, Davis Riley, forever linked in this moment. First career win for both. Andrew, they come home in 31, blemish-free both days of alt shot. What struck you most about the way they supported one another this week?
Yeah, I think it really helps to play with a good friend, and I know Trevor can speak more to it on his side, but I just think that the camaraderie that they showed throughout the week, knowing each other's games, knowing each other's mannerisms, I think it matters in an event like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see it day in and day out in all sorts of other sports, how important team chemistry is. Now, we don't see it all that often on the PGA Tour, but here at the Zurich Classic, we do. And because of those guys being such great friends, going back to knowing each other since they were teens, playing a lot of golf together, playing a lot of practice rounds together, you could see that they were so comfortable in each other's company. And wow, what a back nine that was, and a bogey-free 65 sure is impressive.
Spectacular stuff. There is a flip side to that coin. Trevor, a post round with Amanda, Hardy remarked that golfers are control freaks. That we know, but this week is increasingly hard for that fact. Having played in this event, others like it, and relinquished that control, can you speak to the difficulty of that shift and what it perhaps tells you about these two?
Well, it's the thing that you fight all the time as a professional golfer, because you wanting to make sure you've done your preparation, you know exactly that you're going to be ready for whatever moment crops up, but you're never quite sure what's going to happen out there. And that is the part that can bring some nervousness and anxiety when you're trying to get across the line and win a tournament. And for these guys that hadn't won on the PGA Tour before, they sure were feeling it. But as you get into the rhythm of the round and things start going your way, there's something deep down in you that says, you know, maybe this is my time. And it really was impressive golf that those guys were able to continue making birdies through that back nine stretch and then make a great par down 18 and get that first win.
Yeah, doing it for yourself and the guy next to you in this case. It's always interesting when we take in these non-traditional formats, see how the guys respond to the change. But for the fan, it's really a different framing of the depth and talent currently on the PGA Tour. We get a tournament record here by our winners and plenty nipping right at their heels. Andrew, what do weeks like these reveal to you maybe that our weekly stroke play doesn't?
Yeah, I think it's just so unique that, you know, we don't see it very often. And when we do see it at the Ryder Cup or the President's Cup where Trevor was captain, people enjoy it. It's just, I think a lot of people at home play team events with their friends, even if it's just at an 18-hole muni. They want to get out there. They want to have a little game, little action. And now we see that on the PGA Tour, and I think it's a great place to have it as well. I think New Orleans, then the vibe here and this party atmosphere. I mean, we've just had a phenomenal week. I think this is the perfect environment for it, and once again, it was on display this week.
And also the ebbs and flows of the two different formats. You know, you got the best ball where guys are just going out there really trying to play aggressively and make as many birdies as they can, and then the alternate shot where it can be so tough to get into a rhythm because you're only hitting half of the shots. But yeah, back-to-back years for players to be setting the tournament record. Last year was Cantlay Schauffele at 29 under. Now these two, Riley and Hardy, do it at 30 under this season. Absolutely shows that the depth on the PGA Tour is at an all-time high right now.
I was texting my alternate shot partner this summer. We had some thoughts coming out of this one. We'll see what we could do. One last one for you here, guys. Trevor, you spoke of those ebbs and flows, but you also on the broadcast spoke of the ebbs and flows of tournaments. And it really is quiet stretches interrupted by putts falling in what feels like every corner of the course sometimes. Today, the floodgates did open right there around 5 Eastern time. Just broadly here, feels like we see that often on tour. As someone who's seen and felt it from both sides, Trevor, how do you explain such a phenomenon when they all start going?
Well, you know, you got to have some luck. You got to have things go your way. All of these players have been practicing their whole life, hoping to get in a moment like this, a situation like this, where they can show the world what they're made of and put all of that good work to the test down the stretch. And that's what we saw from these two players today. You know, you ask all the questions coming in. Have they got what it takes? Will they be able to get it done, especially against really good players like Im and Mitchell, Cantlay, Schauffele, so many great players there. But they stepped up to the plate. And we, as golf fans, learnt something new about two up-and-coming stars today. So now we're able to keep an eye on them in the future and see how they can use this victory to springboard them to even greater stuff from here.
Well, it was for our entertainment. It was outstanding as these two get their first wins on tour. It was beignets and birdies all week long, and I'm sure we've had plenty of both. Trevor, Andrew, we appreciate you and all the hardworking women and men that continue to bring us the best broadcast in golf. We'll see you guys in Mexico. You got it. Thank you. And don't forget golf. Well, it's an interesting sport. The better you hit it, the fewer shots you take during a round, and the less you actually play golf. Introducing the tailor-made Stealth Irons with an optimized cap-back design for more forgiveness to help you play, well, less golf more often. Scan the QR code to learn more.